It is not very often that in democratic philosophy one would see a manifesto as being part of a social contract that you sign with the people who have elected you to serve. And Kamla Prasad Bisesa, Prime Minister, has seen her manifesto as a social contract between herself and the people. And the election of the United National Congress to serve as the government of Trinidad and Tobago is seen as a duty to fulfill that social contract and the promises therein. It is in that context that the Stand Your Ground legislation is so important. So what is this law about? What is the current state of the law? The current state of the law in Trinidad and Tobago is that if someone invades your home, your vehicle, or your private personal space, the law of self-defense applies. That means that you have to prove that you did not use excessive force to defend yourself. And what is excessive force is what is reasonable in the circumstances. That is the current state of the law. But the burden of proof is on the victim. So the victim must prove that he did not use excessive or unreasonable force in defending himself. So what then is Stand Your Ground legislation about? Stand Your Ground legislation revolutionizes the law of self-defense. What it does, it eliminates the duty to retreat. So you are no longer under a duty to retreat and put yourself in a position where you feel your life under threat and you're using self-defense. You are no longer put under a duty to use self-defense as the primary response to the crime. That is no longer there if this becomes law with your support. So by eliminating and changing that duty to retreat, what is the significance of that? Firstly, it means the law will presume that you had a legal justification to use force against that person. So it completely flips the script from putting the burden of proof on the victim to prove that he acted in self-defense. No more will the victim have to prove that he acted in self-defense. Now, the law will presume that the victim acted with lawful justification. In other words, the law will say, you come in this man's house, the law will, we are asking the man no question. The law will presume that he had lawful justification to defend his life, limb, property, and family. For far too long in this country, the spotlight is focused on the victim of the crime instead of the damn bandit. What you asking the poor man inside the home after a hard day's work to prove anything for? He shouldn't have to prove anything. Ask the bandit to prove what he doing inside my house. And then they come with the next stupid talk. Well, you know, these are racial things. They go target certain people. Well, there's so much that is inherently wrong and ridiculous in that. First, it is almost criminalizing one entire race of people by saying this could target a certain section of the community. Listen, crime knows no color, it has no race, it has no religion. It affects every single one across the board. Listen, you need to understand this is a major revolution in the criminal law. We have never before in Trinidad and Tobago had a law like this that puts the innocent person first. Kamla Prasad Bisesa is turning the law upside down on its head and flipping the script. So this is clearing the way for you to empty the clip and to make sure that you are given the legal protection and right to do so. Now, of course, it is not a license to go on an unreasonable rampage. It's still the concept of proportionality. You still have to be proportionate. It's not a vigilante justice. It is meant to protect you in appropriate situations where people come at you. But nobody is advocating that it is going to be a free-for-all, that is going to give a carte blanche check, as it were, to, randomly do stupid things. That's not the case at all. The law comes with a sense of social and political responsibility, but it is a significant revolution in the law that protects the innocent citizen by saying he does not have a duty to retreat. And it is about time that the law protects people and gives them that right.